Dun, 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 dun.
Boo! Welcome to the WGTV Podcast. This week we have two guests with us. This is
Kevin.
and this is
Camilla.
and I'm Geoffrey Rooks. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, November 28th. So yesterday was a bit of a blast in terms of football. I'm not a big football watcher, but it was Thanksgiving, so everyone in the family gathered around the living room, the
Something
campfire
like
in the
that.
living room to watch some football. And after the Chiefs lost and everyone got mad, there was a Denver Broncos and Oakland Raiders game. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, you're in for a treat, because it seems like two players legitimately got into a fight. Like, we can link you like videos and everything to it, like in the description and all that. But I want to talk about it because from what I saw, Crabtree grabbed Aqib Talib and was just like pushing him, and like they were out of bounds, and he still like pushed him like real hard, and then they got into a fight, and then everyone like was like, all right, walk it off, don't worry about it. And then they swung each other again when they met each other at the field, and they both got dejected from the game, and there were penalties on both teams.
Okay, so I didn't actually see like the video, but I heard about it. How did this
was
come
crazy.
about? Like, what happened?
Like,
why did they?
they've gotten into fights before. Like,
Really?
Was it? I think it was January 2016. They got into a fight, and it was mainly like they just don't like each other, I guess.
Those two. Wow.
Everyone gets rowdy.
I probably would do the same thing.
So this is a second offense.
Yeah, between like these two specific players.
Yikes.
And they're on the same team and all
They're
that.
two
Well, they're
grown
not.
men.
They're not on the same team. That was a miscommunication. Crabtree is for the Raiders, and Aqib Talib is for the Broncos. So there's a lot of cool stuff in that. Also, some pretty big news was net neutrality.
All right.
New FCC chairman Ajit Pai is wanting to repeal net neutrality. Now, if you don't know what net neutrality is, it's basically what keeps your internet service providers from charging extra when you go to certain sites, or throttling speeds, or even boosting speeds for certain sites. Like, it creates an equal internet rather than making the internet a business. And Ajit Pai was like, the government should stop micromanaging the internet and big businesses should start micromanaging the internet. He didn't actually say that, but that's what his principles are leading toward. And it goes to a vote. Like, the FCC goes to a vote. There's only 3 people that's voting, actually. And Ajit Pai is one of them. So only the majority, too, have to vote to not repeal net neutrality. Now, the reason that we talk about this is because it not only affects us in our free time, it greatly affects our education. Because if you don't see, we have computers in front of us right now. Like, we have access to these stories at no extra charge, basically because of net neutrality. And if that's gone, the schools are going to have to pay more, and low budget schools aren't going to like be able to have a decent education.
You're already paying more to block things.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They are.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm like, if it's repealed, like, if I'm friends with you on Facebook, like I just won't be on Facebook anymore. Like I'm not paying extra to go for that.
Yeah. Oh, I just think that's some serious internet propaganda.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's gonna have a downfall one day.
This is probably gonna be it.
So, there has been a growing movement of, like, the minority, right?
Flat
And,
earther.
yes,
Homemade rocket.
there's been a great increase in the amount of flat earthers, or we've just become more aware of them. But
Yeah.
this flat earther wants to disprove everyone by making a rocket, homemade, making a rocket,
He's trying to kill us.
shooting himself into space, and like showing everyone that the Earth is flat. And he delayed his launch from his homemade rocket, quoting that it's not easy. Yeah.
Me too, friend.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's rocket science. Like.
Oh, Lord. Okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy for this, but
Okay.
It's rocket science.
I don't believe that the Earth is flat necessarily.
What?
But
Okay, go ahead.
Shut up, Jeff. I think that anything's a possibility. Like, have you heard about more and more people, it's like, uprising that our moon landing was fake. It was fake because the flag was blowing and, there's no wind in space, whatever.
Did you
Whatever.
see that,
Bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When? I swear to
When
God.
what?
I know this. Oh my.
Yeah.
It's fake? It's
No,
not real.
I'm not saying that it's
Okay.
fake. Allegedly, though.
And there's no way.
I'm starting to question it, too. I'm
Russia is investigating this because the space race taking place in the 60s was was between the USA and Russia. And now Fox News is actually getting into it and investigating this moon landing.
And I think they should.
I don't think that's really, clean for their political climate right now because
Well,
yeah, all that business, like Republicans and
I don't understand.
Russia and all that. Oh, I won't get
How do
into
you
it.
build a
I
homemade
won't.
rocket?
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I kind of like that they're questioning it, and I like that they're doing it now while we still have the ability to talk about things and question things like that. Like, I think it's good that it's being investigated.
Okay.
Because I'd like to really know.
All right. I thought you were talking about whether the Earth was actually flat, but no,
I'm talking
the possibility that the moon landing was faked. Yes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't feel like they would. Never mind, it's America.
Yeah.
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 And honestly,
they lie all the time.
if we faked that, honestly, the Earth could be flat.
Yeah. Well,
Could be lying about that too.
I have to draw that line there because that's already been disproven. We've actually gone to the moon before. Maybe it wasn't during 1969, but we have gone to the moon before.
Regardless, in space,
and
can't
we
you tell if the Earth is flat or not? In space.
It's just it'll be like a sheet of paper, and everything water would be falling off into infinity. The reason that flat Earth would be impossible
That'd be crazy.
is because the mass gravity principle. If something has mass, it has its own gravitational pull. It might be, something we may never notice because the Earth is gigantic, and that's the only reason that we're sticking to it. But every object that has mass has its own gravitational pull. Mm-hmm. And if the Earth was flat, say the Earth was flat, it was like this big, thick, sheet of water and rock, right? Mm-hmm. How would it just not cave in on itself and become round then?
Imagine.
You get a point.
Imagine if the Earth was square.
I want to know what to do. It'd be the same thing as flat, I feel.
Like a cube. Alright, say if it's a cube.
Everyone says the corners of the Earth, like, it's a cube. The Earth is a cube, everybody. Hey,
not flat.
If you're a flat earther, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Only rockets.
Make a rocket in your backyard.
Maybe.
Do all of that.
Have you ever seen those like commercials where the little kid like eating Doritos and he has like own little rocket and he eats Doritos in the rocket and he like goes to space like for real?
I think I've seen that commercial. It's really cute. It's
like
cute.
The dinosaurs is like, I don't know. I think he went on like, never mind. It's not a rocket. It was a time machine. Never mind. I was wrong. I thought it was a rocket. I thought it was a rocket.
If you don't know what the behind the scenes of the podcast is, usually, Andrew and I like go on the internet and look up like news stories to talk about something interesting, right? And like sometimes I do it as I go just to get something interesting and new. And sometimes we find really awful things. Not in the terms that it's immoral or anything, but just that people sometimes can be incredibly dumb. Because I'm reading this headline, City Dog closes park after complaints of excessive noise. Like, it's a dog park. It's a dog park. Like,
wait.
Wow. It's kind of...
My question is, why would you make a dog park for other dogs? Because some dogs are not friendly. And of course they're going to bark at each other.
So you don't believe in dog parks? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
Dog parks aren't real. Dog parks are flat.
Dog parks are flat.
If you make a dog park, there's going to be some consequences behind the dog park.
Not even consequences, like dogs are noisy. I mean, it's not...
You could say
that's not rocket
same
science.
Exact thing about children. Like children hit each other, they sneeze on each other.
Do they have an aggressive bite though?
Yeah.
Yes, they bite other children.
You guys who Nate Blanton is? I bit him in the 3rd grade, and I mean hard.
It's coming out, everybody. Truth is finally coming out.
I'm just saying. Kids are bad. Dogs are bad.
See, no, the reason
dogs are not that bad.
Kids are like dogs.
The reason
kids are worse than dogs.
It was excessive noise because it was in a neighborhood, right?
What do you mean it was in a neighborhood?
It was in like a residential area. The dog park. It was near a residential area. But there are parks like either near or in residential areas like constantly. And you don't see any of this. Well, I mean, at the same time, like this is one dog park. Mm-hmm. So in hindsight, I really shouldn't have gotten that mad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a... I mean, I get it if it's like in the middle of a neighborhood, but at the same time...
Yeah.
What are the hours like on this dog park? Are people taking their dogs to the dog park at 2 in the morning?
The article doesn't say.
I don't...
Yeah.
I know that article was like this short.
Yeah.
Didn't really say much.
I want to talk about that actually because when I find stories to talk about on this podcast, usually the articles are really short and it's accompanied by a video that doesn't really talk about it. Or it's a video that's like pictures and text. You know those videos? It's like pictures and text. It's like Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did blah 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 blah, and it moves on to the next picture. Yep. And it says other text is like, this is the 5th time that blah 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 happened.
I think that kind of depends on the website though. Like when I do research on anything I hate, I hate going to CNN because, one, I've noticed a lot of their articles are sometimes a little biased, and they don't seem to have any actual resources.
It is left-leaning, for sure. I mean...
Yeah, I'm just...
Social media is where it's get all the news. Social media.
Well, like, I go to the schools, you know how you go to Destiny and, like, the databases for all the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that, and I get reliable sources, and I get information.
Well,
Not Trump and Texas and pictures, you know?
I get you. I actually get my news from a variety of different sources, except Huffington Post, because, like, I don't like the way their system works.
Mm-hmm. Sultry.
Like what they cover and everything.
Let's talk about sultry.
But I mainly go on CNN for like entertainment news or weird and interesting news. Like that's usually what is interesting to most people. So that's what I go toward.
I have a question for you.
That makes sense.
Go ahead. Shoot your question.
If a fish is in water, is it wet?
Kevin?
What?
Yeah.
So, okay. Kevin, you're stepping...
That wasn't me.
You're stepping on a frozen lake.
It's for a friend, okay?
For a friend, okay, actually, I think no, because it's submerged. Yeah.
So how's it
the
wet?
fish is submerged.
But
it can't be wet.
Kevin.
It's out of water, it's wet. You're
Kevin,
right.
You're standing on a frozen lake. You fall through.
I'm wet.
You get back up. Do you get hypothermia?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't frozen.
Hypothetical question, everybody. I love them.
I'm gonna vote yes.
It's a fish, though. It's a different from a human being. That's totally different.
Wait.
Did you all see that Seth Meyers gonna host the Golden Globe Awards?
No.
Yeah.
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers.
He's Badu came out in.
Huh?
Erykah Badu, you know that?
Yes. You guys knew who Erykah Badu? No.
She came out like this right now, like this jogger, this, and some heels.
Yeah.
In what? On what?
In Sultry.
In Sultry?
Yeah, she was the host.
Let me let me talk about that.
These kids aren't gonna know what Soul Train is, though.
Outfits are correct, though. Yeah, if you're not, nah. And you know what we should talk about?
We'll still talk about it because, I mean, Andrew and I talk about video games sometimes, and that's a selective audience.
We should talk about cartoons, like your favorite cartoon.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Wait a minute. Bruno Mars was at the Soul Train Awards.
I didn't see him at all.
I didn't watch them because...
Is that your husband or something?
No, I just thought it was weird because I feel like it's like the low-key artist that went on Soul Train.
Bruno Mars he's overrated to me.
He's overrated.
He can perform good, don't get me wrong.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do like him.
You know what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some charisma. I love him.
What kind of music y'all like to listen to?
Oh man, that's a question.
I like music remixes made into memes. Like,
of course you do, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm a loser that rots in his own bedroom and be like, ooh, meme remixes. Look at it's Smash Mouth and Evanescence at the same time. It's a remix.
Some freaky stuff, Jeff.
Yeah.
Honestly,
awful.
I like almost any kind of music except rock and country.
Country is
like I would be caught.
Love for music.
I'm a big fan.
I would be caught listening to folk music before country, but I like folk music.
Okay.
So
I can't listen to metal.
I will say.
What? What are you saying? Like
I will say that's an exception, but I will say old country music is fine. Modern country music is awful.
Name your favorite country song right now, or sing it.
My favorite country song, the only one I can think of right now is Big John. I don't know who sung it.
I can only think of...
It's like, his name was Big John. Stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was
it was like drab. It was like his name was Big John. Big John.
Big John.
Oh no.
So Kevin brought up cartoons.
Cartoons?
Y'all want to talk about cartoons?
What's your favorite cartoon?
Fellas? Me?
I'm gonna go first.
Alright, go first.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Miracle.
I've been working on my celebrity impressions, can you tell?
Stupid dog.
Oh my god, I had
What's
so
your
many.
favorite cartoon?
Oh my gosh. Alright.
Do you not watch cartoons recreationally?
I don't anymore.
Okay.
But okay,
Oh,
so when I was younger.
Big business. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my god.
I'm sorry. I love you, Cammy.
Hey, big Kim.
Cammy's gonna choke me right here, right now.
Yep.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's going
It's
out.
been nice knowing you. Go ahead.
Okay, so when I was younger, you made me lose my train of thought. Okay, when I was younger, like my favorite one was either like I like Dragon Tales a lot, on PBS Kids, before we had the cable, because I didn't have cable when I was really little.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
no cable.
Yeah, that was antenna TV.
Like the regular channels.
Do you remember? It wasn't like a cartoon. I don't think it was really weird. My parents hated it. They hated for me to watch it. They thought I was gonna be brainwashed. You know that show Booba? I think that's what it's called. It's
right. That was
like they'd sit in a spoon and it'd just these psychedelic colors.
Yeah.
Just craziness.
It was more like stimulating than it was a show.
Yeah, that was. I remember just sitting there for hours staring at the screen.
There was there were real life people in it for segments only, and they were named Mr. Man and Miss Lady. Like those were their names.
Mr. Man and Miss Lady.
Yes.
Hold on, my mic has been.
Behind that, Mr. Man.
Wait, are you talking about in the Booba show?
Miss Lady.
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I just remember like all the psychedelic colors and like my parents making me turn it off constantly.
I'm surprised I'm able.
Yup.
I'm surprised I'm able to remember anything. I have a really bad goldfish memory.
Oh, okay. My favorite station when I was younger was Cartoon Network because I like Chowder, Flapjack. Yeah. Oh my god, Flapjack was my favorite show.
Yeah.
You need to bring back Flapjack. Flapjack is nice.
I want to do a Captain Knuckles voice. It's like all gruff. It's like it's like it's not that, but it's way better.
What was your favorite cartoon?
Yeah.
My favorite cartoon.
There's just so many. There's so many.
It is.
Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob.
Tom and Jerry?
Dude, Tom and Jerry, it's just on site with them, like no words. Like it was raw.
The thing I like about Tom and Jerry is
comes through with Tom and Jerry is silent.
That I've ever seen with Burley and he talk.
Yeah.
Like, you sit there and like.
It's basically just
like it's still interesting.
It's an orchestra with cartoon in the background. Yeah.
I love Tom and Jerry. Oh, how could I forget this? I had all the seasons on discs. I think on just like all the Looney Tunes cartoons. But my favorite that I rewatched so many times was Betty Boop. I was obsessed.
Hunting rabbits.
You can't.
Betty Boop was my favorite. I watched Betty Boop.
Since you're doing the old cartoons, Popeye.
Popeye.
Yeah.
I love Popeye. Did you ever watch Popeye?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah. Only 1930s kids remember Popeye. Right.
You're born in
whatever.
What?
I was born.
19.
I was born
1990,
in.
He's born.
Oh, when was I born?
1622.
Yeah.
He was a 2000s kid.
I was born in 2000.
Yeah, I was born in 99. Yeah. You're not.
No, I won't disclose that. Okay. This is the WGTV Podcast. Okay. My name's Geoffrey Rooks.
My name's Camilla Thomas.
And
Kevin's gone.
Kevin's gone. He was fixing his problems with his mic. We'll see you guys next week make sure to submit us any topics at thetonkatalk@gmail.com. Be sure to check in for the morning announcements and the weekly show. Give us some good stuff. You can tweet me at Geoffrey Rooks. Any topics you want to stuff. I can't talk, but anyway, peace out, fellas. I'll see you kids on the flip side.
Desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye.
Alright, that's good.